Thank you for joining us here on XY Spark. This is your boy Rolando. How are you guys doing? It is the midweek. Some persons say Wednesday. Some persons say it's a hump day, the day when we get over the midweek as we move closer towards the weekend. I hope you guys are all having a great week so far. I hope you've been able to achieve your goals and you're continuing this journey called life as every day you engage in doing something special that's going to help you to develop and grow. We continue to remind you that personal development is not an event, it's a lifestyle. And so we do hope that you are practicing holistic, healthy masculinity as you go on from day to day. We want to send a huge shout out to all our listeners, those who continue to listen us on different platforms, on Shopify, those who are listening to us on Podbean, on iTunes, those who rather not Shopify but Spotify, those who listen to us and having that's one of the blooper moments here on XY Spark. Hope you captured that, guys. But as I was saying, wherever you are, those on the Verbal Network, on Tumblr, those who listen to us on YouTube, we see you, we acknowledge you. And wherever you are located across the planet, we want to say and send kudos to you and say thank you so much for being a part of the XY Spark family. We also wanted to acknowledge all our patrons, those who are patrons. And if this is your first time listening in to XY Spark, we also wanted to welcome you to this platform. And we want to say, please feel free. And we value and we would be more than appreciative if you would place a comment to help us to know how these episodes are helping you along your daily journey. We continue to remind you that Morning Mania is a program designed to provide a meal in the morning for men on the move with daily motivation, inspiration, and life coaching tips that seek to motivate, empower, and nurture a changed mindset. This is your boy and men's life coach, Rolando. Today, our theme is Willpower Wednesday. Willpower Wednesday. We want you to stay tuned as today our episode is going to seek to give us ways to develop a winning and a willing mindset. Please don't go away. Stay tuned. We will be right back. This is XY Spark, restoring holistic, healthy masculinity. Thank you for staying tuned with us here in XY Spark. The theme is Willpower Wednesday. What would you say are some of the major hurdles that you face from day to day? What would you say are some of the major things that has become like a thorn in your flesh? They have caused you to struggle. They have caused you to feel as though you are not good enough. They have caused you to feel like this is just how it is. I can't do anything different. You feel stuck. You feel discouraged. You feel as though things are just not going to get or be any different. And from time to time, you wonder, will this ever change? As you look at the world around you, you sometimes feel that, guess what? I just have to try to see if I will accept this as my new reality, my new norm. And so Because of these thinking patterns, we end up robbing ourselves of the reality that things can be different, that things can change. Sometimes we are in positions where we have spoken ourselves into those positions through the mindset that we have nurtured and harbored throughout a lifetime. Sometimes we have painted the picture in our minds where it has no exit. We want to remember that the mind is a maze of thoughts, and thoughts will never ever stop flooding the mind. And the more time we spend to wrap ourselves up in the thoughts that are more self destructive, self defeating, and self sabotaging, is the harder it will be for us to ignite and engage the willingness to transform the mind and engage the willpower to do something that is different. You see, the will that you have, the will that I have, having the willpower and the winning mindset means that every single day I've got to get up out of bed and remind myself that things might not be the way I want them to be. And so I have got to do as much as is possible within my power to make things the way I would want them to be. We've got to recognize that it is the willpower that we're going to use to break cycles. It is the willpower that we are going to use to overcome quote unquote weaknesses. It is the willpower that we are going to use to develop the discipline that we've never had our entire life, to turn away from substances, to turn away from any behaviors that are self destructive and self sabotaging. It is the willpower that we are going to use. You and I am speaking to you now, my brother. You are there, you're sitting in your car, you're driving somewhere, you're going somewhere, you're doing something, you're on your break. I'm speaking to you. You are sitting there on the corner. You may have just gotten up out of bed. You may be there in Asia, in New Zealand, in Australia, in the United States, in Canada. I don't know what your geographical location is, but wherever you are and whoever you are, black, white, Asian, Indian, I don't know. You may be Afro American, you may be indigenous. I don't know what your ethnicity is. I don't even know what your financial status is. But what I'm saying to you is there is one thing that we all have in common, and that is we have a brain that is seated within our skulls that we need to ignite through the power of the will by doing something different. Stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself that life is too hard. Stop listening to the negative people who are around you. Think about changing your associations. Start reading some different books. Start watching some different things on the television. Start following some different people on your socials. Start hanging out with people who have a different mindset. Turn yourself around, turn your life around by engaging in the willpower to do something that pushes you outside of your comfort zone. You've been stuck in that bubble for too long. You are destroying your own potential for progress. You are derailing your own path. You are interfering with your own destiny. You are engaged in your own destruction because your mind has been telling you that this is where you belong. This is not where you belong. There is a better way for you. There are better things that you can do. There is more power in you. There is more light in you. There is more life in you. You have the determination. You have the zeal. You have the zest. You have the drive. You have the character. You can do it. But it starts with recognizing that seated in the depths of your soul is that spark, that desire, that willingness to do something different, to be somebody different, to reach to heights unknown, to discover territory that you have never trodden upon, to experience a calm, an ease, a that you never knew existed unless you develop that mindset, that willingness that's going to give you the edge to overcome any storm, to make it through any event, to break any cycle, and to take you back to a starting point that helps you to write a new chapter and become a force to reckon with. Yes, my brother, you have the willpower to do it. You may be saying to yourself, oh, Rolando, you have no idea. And you may be right. But let's just say I do have an idea. This is what I'm saying to you right now. The idea that I have is this, is that your circumstances right now does not determine that this is all there is for you. You may be sitting there in a jail cell and you're thinking, when this is all over, I'm done. I'm saying, this is not it for you. You may be there worried that I made some mistake and I have a court case coming up. I have a charge against me. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. But I'm saying to you that even then, this is not it for you. If you spend your time sitting in thoughts that are defeating, degrading, and destructive, that's the world that you will live in. And that's the result that you will receive because the mindset is that I'm doomed, I'm screwed, I'm a loser, I've messed up. But if the mindset is, hey, I messed up, but I'm going to be okay, I'll make it through this. I've messed up, but this is not my final destination. I've messed up. People are mad at me. The system seems to be against me, but I am going to make it through this. I won't quit. I will not give up. I will not look back at my past. I will focus on my future. I will not allow those around me or that thought within me to control my mind. I am going to make it through this. I can see myself at the end of this, where I'm writing a new chapter, where I'm developing a new attitude, where I recognize that I've learned from my past mistakes and I know what I don't want to do again. I am going to make it through this. You can make it through this, my brother. You can make it through this, my sister. Listen to me. You might be a young boy listening to this. You can make it through this. Your friends might think you're weak, you're a sissy, you're no good, you're not man enough. I'm going to tell you, you can make it through this. You have got to dust yourself off and recognize that you have the willpower to recover. This is your boy and men's life coach, Rolando. Thank you for joining us again on XY Spark. And we continue to remind you that at XY Spark, we believe that there is a spark in you. This is XY Spark, restoring holistic, healthy masculinity.